But in more ways than one, it's really all about Obama and Mrs. Obama than it is about politics at this point. Even his base has come to understand he's in it for himself. He likes Air Force One. It's nice to be king. He can throw away all of his youthful idealism. It's great to have an entire nation at your disposal. So I want to go back, and I don't want to get too political today. Instead, I'm talking about an obscure movie called Wonderland, played by Val Kilmer as the lead, where he plays Johnny Wad, and the effects upon me and how it led me to today's show. You know what I was doing all day before the show? Right up until the show started? Before I had my humble salad? Looking at the landscape and saying I'm the luckiest man on the planet. It's the most beautiful place on earth. I don't want to be anywhere else. I never wanted to be anywhere else. I am where I've always wanted to be. You know, be here now. Well, I am here now. Thank you, God. So I'm eating my humble salad with Teddy asleep in the sun. I love to watch a dog asleep in the sun. I love to watch the way they breathe. And this is the Nat Geo view of the world where I'm not worried anymore. At that moment, when I get up in the morning and the dog stretches and looks at me and wants to go out to pee in the backyard, I realize that the psychopaths who run Nat Geo are just trying to scare me. When they tell me that all living creatures on the earth were wiped out many times, and the last time was 94 million years ago, and it's about to happen once, any second now again. We're either going to be hit by a giant meteorite or a shower of meteorites, or a cosmic ray is going to hit us, and all of life will be wiped out. And I look at my dog and I say, well, where'd the poodles come from if everybody got wiped out? They evolved in only 64 million years it took to evolve to a little poodle. So what I'm saying is, all right, of course there were cataclysms that created the earth. I understand that. I'm a man of science. I've seen this. I understand how landforms work and what they tell us. But if you walk around fearing another apocalypse, if you fear another cataclysmic a celestial adventure such as this, how do you get up in the morning? I see these scientists, these astrophysicists and such from Berkeley, speaking about this as though it's a real event to them. Well, the reason the dinosaurs got wiped out, and thank God they did, because that enabled the lower creatures to evolve, and that's why we're here. They say it with a twinkle in their eye. How can you be married to a woman like this, I ask myself. She was beautiful and intelligent, and a scientist at that. But how in the world does this woman lay her head down on a pillow at night without fearing that a meteorite isn't going to personally come through her bedroom window and kill her? I ask myself as I fall asleep with a smile, knowing that at the end of the day, I'd rather believe in anything but that. So again, I come back to the absurdity of asking you a political question, given that I understand the cataclysm is just around the corner. Realizing that there's a cataclysm just around the corner, I have to ask you a strict political question. You know, I'm saying, can't you understand why I went into science originally? It's because I was so frightened of the world and what could happen to a human being between one breath and the next. How life could disappear. Never mind a cataclysm. Your father dies, your brother dies, this one dies. You know, it was like an Indian movie. I grew up sort of in a movie from India. Who was that great? I forget his name. He's a great Indian filmmaker from 30 years ago. Sashi Ray. And he would show life in a teeming Indian slum that was very much like the life that I had in the Bronx. Not to that extent of poverty, don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about people next to each other, living and dying and breathing and laughing and crying.
He's a beloved man.
And I look back and I said, God, that was beautiful. It was all there. That was life. It was just full of life, you know what I'm saying? So now here I am, basically a man alone on a hill, doing a radio show, looking down upon the world. And I have to say to myself, you know, give it up, man. Just let it go. You got everything you ever dreamed of. Stop worrying so much. It's all going to end anyway. And how can you get so excited about Obama and Romney and this one and that one when you understand the big cosmic picture, Mike? I'll be right back.
560 KSFO.